Metal Wolf Chaos XD harkens back to the era of video games where they weren't taken as these seriously grand narrative set pieces, and it owns it completely. This HD remaster upgrades the resolution and finally brings this original Xbox Japan exclusive to the West. This is as much of a parody as it gets when it comes to narrative writing. You see, Metal Wolf Chaos doesn't take its story seriously, and neither should you. That's the most interesting and entertaining aspect to this adventure. In the early 2000s, the United States is in a civil war. The Vice President has launched a rebellion to take over the country, with the only force opposing him being the President of the United States. That's who you play as, Michael Wilson, the 47th President of the United States, equipped with his mech suit, and he's ready to take America back. Traveling from west to east, Michael travels across the country taking out every single enemy robot in sight, while freeing all the hostage citizens in the area. Throughout each mission, Wilson talks to his assistant, or woman in the chair, briefing him on every new objective. Conversations are laughable at best, with some terrible writing and voice acting in every corner. It's corny, it's cringy, and incredibly self-aware. Let's just say it matches the comedic story down to a T.
Mr. President, the Alcatraz cannon just started to recharge.
I'm on the move. I'll smash it faster than a Florida recount.
If The Room got famous for being a hilariously bad movie, then Metal Wolf Chaos would be famous for having a hilariously bad story. I describe its gameplay as mindless fun. Missions are broken up into cities as you liberate each and every one of them. Over the 7-hour campaign, I blew up radar jammers, tanks, trucks, and so much more. That really encapsulates what missions are like. Landing in the city, being told what you're supposed to blow up, and well, blow it up while not getting destroyed yourself. The variation in things to do comes from mixing up what you need to blow up and the obstacles in the way. Helicopters, tanks, and radar jammers are just some of the obstacles you'll experience. By far, the most challenging missions came from fighting other mech-suited enemies. Usually they'd be backed up with more armed forces and radar jammers that meant I'd have to complete a minor objective before taking them straight on. They were fun when it worked, but I had moments where they'd occasionally go out of bounds and wouldn't come back. This meant that I'd be forced to run outside the boundary and get the level reset on me. That was extremely frustrating when I was 20 minutes into a mission and almost done, only to get the rug pulled under me. That leads to one of my frustrations with the gameplay, the respawns. There aren't any checkpoints for this game, and so whether you're at the start of a mission or at the very end, you'll have to restart the entire mission if you die at any point. When you die from bad gameplay design rather than your own mistakes, it really destroys your motivation to keep playing. Now, while this is an incredibly short campaign, it's quite repetitive too. After all, every mission is just you shooting through the objective and moving on to the next thing. Completing missions does earn you some points to then reinvest into researching and manufacturing new weapons, though I never really felt too compelled to use them. My mech suit felt fine in terms of power since the start of the game, so rarely did I ever switch out weapons for new ones. While this is a remaster of an original Xbox game, it isn't a remake, just a resolution upgrade. If you're playing this on an Xbox One X or a PS4 Pro, you'll be seeing crispy 4K looking visuals of 2004 models. Base PS4 and Xbox One run the game at 1080p. The oddity between these versions though, including the PC version, is that they're all locked at 30 frames per second. Maybe it's a gameplay design reason why they didn't go for 60 here, but it seems like a missed opportunity. The visual upgrade is fine, but it's the bare minimum really. Most people aren't going to be interested in buying this game because it's a new visual style to the original. That's more of a bonus here. The incentive is really just for those outside of Japan looking to play this game for the first time. What does surprise me is that this game isn't an intensive game at all, and so I'm kind of wondering why it didn't come to Nintendo Switch. That's not really a con, it just seems like it'd also be a good fit for the console being a weaker game that is just a visual upgrade. Just another oddity on my part. Where this game really does drop the ball is in the audio department. Yeah, the voice acting is terrible, but it also feels like it's done on purpose to go along with the comedically badly written dialogue. My real problem with the audio though is the mixing. It's all over the place. Music overpowers the sound effects, when people speak it sounds too quiet, and when I activate my special attack, it bass boosts the entire audio track. At one point I just straight up muted the TV because the mixing was just garbage. Metal Wolf Chaos XD is very much a remnant of 2004 era story-driven games. It's fueled by a story that's purposely comedic in how outrageous it is. That's the most alluring part of the adventure. Gameplay is entertaining for a bit, but then quickly gets repetitive. Visuals get a nice, but very minor upgrade, and the audio is just completely broken, at least at launch. In the end, this is an okay localization of the port that lets people in the West finally play the game, though plenty of sacrifices had to be made in the process.